Hey, welcome back everyone. Ever since the beginning of this channel when I covered Schrodinger's cat's most famous debates against Donnie Lee, you know, the guy from Watertown, New York, I've had a certain someone trying to contact me via Discord and emails and just constantly bitching about covering their debate. Yes, I'm talking about a Marvel Girl. Now, before I need to get a court-ordered restraining order, I thought I would cover this and get her off my back. So, Marvel Girl, here's your debate. You're welcome.
Marvel Girl, welcome to the channel. I know I've done a lot of stuff over on yours. We've spoken loads, but this is the first time I think you've ever been over here. So brilliant to have you. Thank you so much. How are you doing?
I am tripping out. This is a total reversal. You're usually debating and I'm moderating.
This is Lee from the channel Mostly Insects. Lee, before we start, I think my subscribers will probably be least familiar with you, with anyone else. So do you want to maybe introduce yourself and just tell us what your channel's about before we get into the debate?
So, okay, yeah. So my name's Lee. I like to tell a story if I go to a police station. I like to tell a story about that police station, and I've usually got I like to tell a story about, you know, some corruption or something that's happened in that police station. I like to film the police, and I think the police should be filmed, basically. So that's kind of me in a nutshell.
Briefly tell us what auditing actually is.
For me, police abuse the powers that they're given. Okay, so I'm just gonna say from my own personal experience, I can't say what it is for other people. So auditing for me is going to a police station or walking up to a police officer or whatever, and just holding a recording device up, a camera, a phone, whatever it is, and just seeing how they're going to react to being recorded. A lot of them don't like it. So for me, auditing is, it's telling a story and seeing how the police are going to react to you being there with a camera. You're on public land, you're allowed to be there. So you're there with a camera, and you're there to audit. It's the same as when, I guess it's the same as when people go into a school, you know, the Ofsted. They go into a school and they audit the school.
We'll go to Marvel Girl and we'll hear what Marvel Girl's opening statement. You fill your boots with that. You get up to 8 minutes, and then we'll just get into the back and forth and see what the conversation brings. Marvel Girl, off you go.
I don't have much to say. Most people know how I feel about this stuff. It's not auditing as much as agitating the police. Harassing is another word you could say. I particularly find it egregious when they call themselves journalists, but we'll get into that too. I guess I see at least ours, because I know about our fraud. I do use the word frauditor, and I'm gonna tonight. I see our frauditors, and I know them better than the ones in the UK. The ones here, most of them are felons. They're criminals, and they're trying to police the police. That to me is laughable, especially with the crimes they've been charged with and convicted of in most cases. But other than that, let's just get into what he said.
Okay, so you both got extremely different opinions. I know, speaking to you both off camera, you're both extremely civil, and we know, you know, I know you both are, and we know what this channel's about. So all I'll ask is if we just disagree as much as you want, but if we just let the other person finish speaking before we speak, that would be amazing. But I know you can both do that. So Lee, I suppose, do you want to kick things off?
What makes you think that most of the people are felons or criminals? If you could just
I did say it was these people here, the ones here. Okay. And I think that because I have their charge sheets. I have their police reports.
Right, okay. All right. I was a criminal. So what makes you think that it's laughable that I want to police the police? I would like an honest answer.
As I said, in that part, I was talking about the ones I know of here, because most of them are horrible people. I don't know that about you.
Okay. All right. So I was a criminal. So you can put me in the same category as those people.
No, because it doesn't mean you're a bad person, does it?
All right. So Are they bad people then? Because they're felons in
Not
your own
just that.
words.
I'm talking about Anselmo Morales, who is an attempted rapist who took a girl by knife point in front of his parents, tried to rape her. I'm talking about Eric Brandt, who just got 12 years. 12 years.
Right. Okay.
These people.
I found that quite offensive that you've just put me in the same category as.
I didn't. I just said I didn't.
A lot of people that are watching this are kind of gonna think that you're talking about all of us when you say that, or
especially when I said right before that I was talking about the ones here. Okay. I don't know you. I do know only what you put on your channel, and that's what I can go by, right? Let me ask you a question then. How about that? Is there anything you would not film?
No. If I was in a public place, there's nothing I wouldn't film.
So decency is out the window with you.
If I film, unfortunately, if it did happen, you know, a woman, you know, being attacked, that's evidence for the police. My footage in that situation would be wanted by the police. So no, there isn't anything that I wouldn't film. No.
What if it's somebody who's in crisis? There's no crime going on. They are in crisis.
I've apparently already done that.
Yeah, you have. Why?
The reason I carried on filming in that situation is because of the way that the police reacted to me.
As human beings.
They're police officers.
They're human beings first.
No, they're not human beings first. They're police officers, and then they're human beings. When they have that uniform on, they are police officers, and they have to adhere to certain professional standards. Their feelings should not come into account.
So you call yourself a journalist, don't you?
A citizen journalist, yeah.
But a journalist, all the same.
No, a citizen journalist. I'm not a journalist. I'm a person with a camera. I'm a member of the public with a camera.
So maybe you should say it that way instead of putting the word journalist in there, because you know why you choose that word, right? It has more weight.
No, absolutely not.
Because journalists have ethics and frauditors don't.
I'm not a frauditor. I'm a citizen journalist. I'm a person with a camera, and everybody that has a camera can be a citizen journalist.
I have a feeling that's more of just making yourself feel better about what you're doing. You wouldn't adhere to anything that journalists do, like the ethics that they have. You don't feel you need to do that. Do you have ethics?
So the mainstream media, they adhere to some kind of ethics.
I'm talking about journalists, people who call themselves journalists, people who are. Do you know the definition of the word journalist?
No, tell me.
Journalist. A journalist is an individual trained to collect, gather information in form of text, audio, or pictures, processes them to a newsworthy format, and disseminates them to the public.
But the mainstream media, the BBC in this country, ABC in your country, CNN especially, they don't adhere to that. They will put anything on the TV, anything in the newspaper, as long as it gets views. It's not about what's right in journalism. It's about what gets people to read that article or watch that segment on the TV.
Did I say I agree with that? I'm talking to you about ethics. I want to know what you say, because frauditors here don't seem to have any ethics. I'm asking you if you do.
I have ethics, yes, obviously.
But that guy's crisis didn't matter to you. Can we show the clip though, so that people know what we're talking about?
Absolutely, yeah. Please do show it.
So I'm going to say, because this is one from your channel, so I just want to make sure you are happy with this going up. Yeah, you're happy with that?
Yeah, please do show it. Yes, absolutely.
No, thank you. Because some people get quite upset with being videoed.
Thank you. I'm on public.
So I just say, let me know if you want me to pause it, by the way, any of you.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just keep it going.
Yeah, but there's nothing that he's done.
Actually, pause it.
Mm-hmm.
So in that moment right there, you can see how close this lady is to me, right?
Mm-hmm.
So already I've only been there for
Why do you think that is, though?
I've been there for 10 seconds, okay?
So?
I'm already being pushed backwards. In that moment, I'm walking backwards now, yeah? I've got this lady probably 12 inches from my face, and then I've got two other guys walking towards me.
And what's the problem with that? There's a man there that they know is in crisis. They were called there because of it. He called them for help.
Okay.
And you were just there because you want clicks and views.
No,
and that's
was
the
there.
point of it.
I was there because I wanted to record the police. Let's just pretend that that guy had a knife and he stabbed one of those police officers. My footage then would be
No.
Vital.
No. You see that thing on her shoulder right there? You see that thing on her shoulder? They have body cams. They don't need your phone
Absolutely.
cam.
But I was very far away from them. They were all quite close to him. So I would have had an angle that they didn't have. They might have seen something on my video that they didn't have on their cameras.
Okay, what might have been is I'm always told by frauders, well, it might have happened, but it didn't. Well, it did. Right. This guy needed help, and they told you that. They're telling you that right this second in your face. That he called them there for help, and you don't care. You don't care that guy's having the worst day of his life. He might be suicidal. And he is right at this moment charging you because he doesn't want you there, because he's going through something so horrible. Maybe his kids were taken away.
He doesn't.
Maybe his mom died. I don't know what happened, but I know it's his worst day.
But he still doesn't have an expectation of privacy in public.
Wow, you're just a really shitty person, aren't you?
Absolutely. If you want to call me a shitty person, that's your opinion.
What if it was your child? What was your child who was hurting?
It wouldn't be my child, because my child wouldn't need to phone the police because I'd be there for him.
What if you couldn't be?
I would be. It wouldn't make a difference.
You might be dead. I don't know. I'm saying
I'm not dead.
Okay.
And if I wasn't dead,
this is the thing. This is the thing with you people.
If I was
you
dead,
don't care.
Let's play the video for and then I'll let the lady talk after as soon as she wants to stop.
Right there on the screen. AMG.
Marvel. Okay, Marvel. I've got a bad memory.
It's okay.
So if we just play the video, and then I'll let Marvel have her say. If there's any name calling in the chat, just get rid of them.
I'm being called Karen. Oh, that's so cool.
I do it in my no, guys. She's not a Karen. That's
not my name.
Yeah.
That's my name calling. What did I say? That's name calling.
I don't think either of us have said it.
No.
Called each other names.
Don't call me a prat. I'm not a prat.
So you're going to make the situation a lot worse.
I'm on public land. I'm on public land. I am on public land. I'm allowed. He has no expectation of privacy in public. Okay.
You like it if you were going through a crisis and
if I'm in public, thank you very much.
That's basically where I had to stop. But if you want to keep going, that's fine. Okay.
Oh, you want
What's your name and collar number, please? 1248. Thank you very much. You come back, please. WA.
All right, this is it right here. Pause. At this point, you're not just filming. You're keeping them from doing what they're supposed to be there for. That's what every frauditor does. They interfere with the police.
There's two officers with the guy.
But how many are there to do it?
So if that guy is with two officers, I'm not stopping them from doing what they were there to do.
Okay, so just like with your, what if I filmed him stabbing them? What if this one that's busy talking to you is the one who's a specialist? You want to talk hypothetical?
Then she wouldn't be talking to me. She'd be with him.
This is the thing, though. Every time I see one of you people, and I say you people because I'm talking about frauders, guys in the chat, doing one of these videos.
Stereotyping, yeah?
Huh?
Stereotyping. You people.
No, as in frauditors. The videos that we're talking about.
So
that's stereotyping. I'm talking about you.
That's the definition of stereotyping. When you say you,
I didn't even finish my goddamn sentence. Oops, sorry. I swore.
All right.
It's getting hot. Okay.
You guys interfere with the police. That's not your right. That is a crime. What was that?
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have laughed then. I really do apologize. How is it a crime if I record the police from a public place?
I said interfere. interfere.
Interfering. I don't interfere with the police ever.
You just did.
When?
They had to take away from what they were there to do to deal with you.
They chose to take away from what they were doing.
Because
They chose to walk over to me. It was their decision to come over to me. I even stepped further back than where I could have been and just recorded.
Do you know the difference between can and should?
I'm sorry.
Sorry, my bad. Do you know the difference between can and should?
Absolutely, yes.
So you know that just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. So the type of world I want to live in isn't somewhere where I don't give a shit if he's having the worst day of his life. I'm going to stand here and make it worse for him. That's not cool to me. I don't think it's cool to any good people.
The type of world that you want to live in, you're never going to live in. Unfortunately for you, people like me exist.
I have to say you're not as bad as the ones we have here. I will give you that.
That's
Call anybody the N-word.
Because people here don't have guns, and we're not scared of getting shot by a police officer when we record them.
Wow, really?
Absolutely.
Do you know how many police there are in the United States, and how many times each cop comes into contact with the public every day? Every one of those interactions counts, and every one of those police. Say there's 300,000 cops in the USA, and each one of those cops comes into contact with the public 8 times a day in their 8-hour shift, 1 an hour.
Right.
Now, it doesn't matter to the public whether the cop right before him had dealt with a dead baby. They're going to yell at them because the manager of this McDonald's will give them a refund. No. This is what happens every day. Don't give me that whoa. Then they go to the next call and they got some Karen yelling at them. The number of bad interactions with the public is such a small fraction, but people like you want to say every cop is corrupt and every cop's going to shoot me.
No, absolutely not. That is not what I said. If you look through my channel, if you look through my videos, I've said many times, not all police officers are bad.
I have
don't
heard you.
Put that on me. I didn't say that all police officers are corrupt. Don't say that. There are a few bad apples that need to be sorted out. There's a lot of good police officers.
Then why do you say that everybody here is afraid? It has to be afraid of cops shooting them. That is not the reality. They're worse. They act worse than you because they're afraid to be shot. No, that's the opposite.
Because everybody in America has a gun.
No, I'm saying they act a lot worse. They act a lot more aggressive towards the police because the cops are professional. They're not going to throw away, even if they weren't professional, they're not going to throw away their entire career for one idiot.
So now we're idiots. Yeah.
Oh my God. Stop being pedantic. I'm talking about people like
not being pedantic. You
Glenn
just said,
and Selma. I'm talking about the ones here.
They're going to throw away their career for one idiot. You call frauditors idiots.
Yes. That is absolutely true.
So we're all
and I was
idiots.
talking about did I say all? I said I was talking about the ones here.
You can't just talk about the ones there. You're talking to me. I'm in England.
Okay, fine. And I said you were better than the ones here.
If you're on public land, you can film into somebody's vehicle. You can film into somebody's house.
That can't be real. That can't be real. Because here, that's a crime.
Absolutely real. Well, it's not a crime here.
How does that match with like a peeping Tom? You know, being reported for being a peeping Tom. Is that a criminal thing, or is that a different?
Exactly.
Like...
A peeping Tom, in my opinion, would be actually that's a very good question. That's a very, very good question.
Thank you.
In my opinion, a peeping Tom would be somebody that looks through like a bathroom window or
a bedroom window,
or like a bedroom window or when somebody's getting changed. But if that bedroom or bathroom window happens to be on a public street and you hold your camera up to that window, it's perfectly legal.
No.
It is. No. As long as you're filming it from a public place. I'm not saying that that's right because that's disgusting.
Okay.
If you film into somebody's bedroom while they're getting changed, you need help. That's disgusting. But unfortunately, that's legal. I wouldn't film into somebody's bedroom because I'd feel really creepy if I did.
Under the Sexual Offences Act of 2003, voyeurism is a crime in the United Kingdom.
If I'm standing in a public place,
yeah, that's what that is.
Something I can record something.
What did I just say?
But
that's a crime. That's a crime, baby. It's a crime. Just keep saying it, and it'll make it legal.
I want to film something. I can film it.
No, it's a crime. Even there, I just read it to you.
If they happen to walk into that room and get unchanged, and I accidentally film that, it's not a crime.
My God, you just won't
I
admit
feel
you're
that-
wrong.
What about a nudist beach?
Totally different. They're consenting. The person in the window is not consenting.
It doesn't matter whether they consent.
Yes, it is. It's right in your law. It's in your law.
Wait, all right. Let me just say, I might be wrong.
Okay.
I might be wrong. I might have to come back on here tomorrow and say I was wrong, and I will. If I'm wrong about something, I'll hold my hands up and say I am wrong.
So you've never gone anywhere to do your thing, and the police just let you alone and let you do it? Never.
Yes, I have. Most of my actually all of my police station audits, I've never been told not to record or you know, anything like that. The only time that I've had a bad experience is that one video that we've shown earlier on.
And I will stand by those police and say they were being the better person. They were there to help somebody, and you were there to hurt them. You were, and when you were told you were hurting him, you did not leave.
He tried to run towards me and hurt me.
Yes, he tried to make you leave.
Okay, all right. So he ran towards me and tried to hurt me. So all of the respect that I did have for him went out the window as soon as he done that.
Because a person in the public reacted to you the way the public.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're not representing. Who are you representing?
He tried to run towards me. If he'd have got to me, he would have hurt me.
Why would he have done that? Who caused that?
Because in his mind, I wasn't allowed to record, and I was recording him when I was legally allowed to do it.
Legally doesn't mean morally.
I'm gonna start and currently end with the same guy. So let's start with Dildo Baggins, our favorite name, for $2. So you are just going to treat this like an audit, he said. And the next super chat is from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 for US $5. Culpable mental state. Check out the statute. Dildo Baggins again for $5.
I love that name. I
love the name as well. That is out of the discussion, but I will read it anyway because it's actually for cats. Put this toward better internet, lol.
One of the things I wanted to have this debate about was the opinion on, does it do more harm than good? Is there like a risk versus reward? Where's the boundary?
From what I've seen, it does do more harm than good. And I'm talking about to their quote unquote cause. One of the auditors here called Mexican Padilla. There's now a new law in Texas about harassing police.
I think News Now, Patrick. I think there's a lot of people in America that they're antagonists, and
yes, exactly.
He'll go to like a private business and just antagonize people, and I don't agree with that.
A lot of them are starting to do the private residences and businesses.
I don't agree with that. That's not what this is about. This is about police doing the right thing.
Do you understand how that's doing more harm than good to your cause?
Absolutely, yeah. When people record a private business, absolutely, yes.
Then why don't I see any of them calling those people out? The frauders can't do anything wrong, but the police can.
Absolutely, yes.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I have no words. I have no words. The fact that the police are the only ones who can do wrong, you're bringing such a bias to what you do. It's insane to me.
I don't think it's biased. I don't have to act within any law or any policy.
No matter what you see a frauder do, you wouldn't call them out.
Oh, absolutely. I'd call an auditor. I would call an auditor out if I saw them do something wrong. Absolutely, yes.
Now you're confusing me because you just said you wouldn't.
If I saw an auditor do something wrong, I will absolutely leave a comment and say, you know, mate, I don't really agree with that.
A lot of them are enamored with going into the post office. They think they have the right to do this.
Are we talking about in America?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they have a right to do it because it's a public place. Is it Poster 7?
Yeah. Let's talk about Poster 7, please.
Okay, so Poster 7 says if any pictures or, you know, the press or whatever, if they want to take pictures inside the post office, they're allowed to do that. Whether it's morally right or
no. You haven't read it all. and neither have
So
they.
what is
That's
Poster
my point.
7?
Poster.
A
Can
few
you just
people asking that, and I don't know.
bring up Poster 7? It's the codes for. I have it here in front of me. Poster 7 is the rules and regulations governing the conduct on postal service property. The rules and regulations governing conduct on postal service property. Let's go down to photographs for news, advertising, or commercial purpose. See where I'm highlighting? I'm so happy you brought this up because you said you hadn't read it and neither have they. So it says the photographs for news purposes may be taken in entrances, lobbies, foyers, corridors, or auditoriums when used for public meetings, except, now here's where they stop reading, because it says except where prohibited by official signs or security force personnel or other authorized personnel or a federal court order or rule. That means if someone tells you, hey, you can't film here, guess what? It can't film there.
It's not very hard to say auditor instead of frauditor. That's not a difficult thing to do.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's just I haven't seen many who are actually auditors. There are a few, but the ones I see are the ones who are doing it no matter what. They don't care what the situation is. They will interfere with the police, taking them away from their duties.
It's the police that take themselves away from their duties.
Like
And
if you're standing behind a cop when he's trying to do something, that's not okay.
Not in England because we don't have guns.
It doesn't matter. You can still jump on the guy.
Okay, but if you stand 20 feet behind a police officer in England, I very much doubt they're going to turn around and think that they're going to get shot or stabbed, or like they're just going to think there's a dude over there. I might go and speak to him. Like, it's not going to cause a massive problem. In America, they seem to get a little bit scared, I think, that they think they're going to get killed.
They're not afraid.
They
are situationally aware.
Situationally aware. Okay.
Do you know what that is? I came in here hoping that it'd be different, but from what I saw, it's not. Over there is the same as here. And I see the people who do these videos, I'm not going to call them anything at this point. I see them as petulant children. I can do it, so I'm gonna. If I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. I don't agree with that. I think that the police do take an oath, and they are working for the betterment of society. You can't say the same thing about these content creators. I'm gonna speak to the Americans because I know them better. They're there for clicks and views, and so that when they do get arrested, they can ask for the people to send them money for bail. And this is a point I didn't get to mention. They show up to court, so they get that bail money back, and they never give it back to the people who donated. Profit. I see them always say, well, the cops do this wrong, the cops do that wrong. And 99% of the cops are not doing that. I'm sorry. But when you do the actual math, you have no leg to stand on. I see it as a selfish, narcissistic thing to do. And you can't tell me that that you actually know that you're there doing it for the law because you're legally aware. You didn't know that that was voyeurism, and that voyeurism was even a crime in your country. I mean, you talk about educating the public and educating the police when you're not educated yourself.
Straight away, at least 50% of your argument is void because you're only talking about America. I think that the majority of police officers are good. And I think that what we see online, you don't see a police officer walking an old lady across the street or getting a kitten out of a tree or something like that. What we see is police officers doing bad shit. Those are the officers that we need to stop. Those are the officers that we need to weed out. And that's all I'm going to say for now.
Do you believe, like, when you hear something, oh my God, this cop was totally racist towards me and was horrible, blah, 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 blah. Do you believe that? Because I can tell you there's a bunch of people here who will call out cops for doing horrible things to them. And when we see the body cam, it never happened.
Do you know what? In my honest opinion, I think that racism is overused.
Okay, yeah.
I think that I don't like arguing with anybody. I'd rather have an adult conversation. I'd rather learn from you. You know, hopefully you can learn from me.
I don't dislike you.
I want to have a civil conversation. I don't want to come across as somebody that just hates the police just because they're the police.
Oh yeah, we have plenty of those.
Somebody just said that I have to have the last word. So Marvel, if you could just have the last word. that'd be great.
I don't need the last word.
What?
I'm still a decent human being.
Are you though?
Listen, you don't know me at all.
And
So
you don't know those cops. You don't know that guy. You don't care. That's your point. You don't care. That's all I need to know.
absolutely, yeah, you're right.
That's what I care. Call me a
Let's move
snowflake.
on.
That's fine. I don't care.
So Marvel Girl, would you say that paparazzi have ethics?
Ethics? No. In a lot of cases, no, they don't.